Hello, in Jim Miller's garden with my Bonnaroo, what do you call it, do-rag. And I'm going to just do a walk through the garden midsummer. It rained last night, so I don't have to do much watering today, so I have a little time here to do a little video. And just haven't done a walkthrough in maybe even a month, so here we go. First are these giant Marconi peppers, and we already had one on the grill and it was delicious. We had like shaved steak and onion from the garden with these peppers, and it was delicious, and I think we're gonna have some today. And right now I'm gonna pick some of these that have got probably pick this one. They got burn marks on them. I think the soil could be too rich. Also, it's been very hot, and they got burn marks on a good number of them, but I'll trim them up and they'll be good to eat. And that one was gonna fall off like today. And underneath this is my very small picking of beans. The beans have slowed down because of the heat. And the vines look, at least on these vines over here, I'll show in a bit, they look really healthy. So I think into the fall they'll produce. I don't see any bad ones on that one. Oh, I see one. Yeah, that would have rotted in a few days. So I'm gonna clean it up. And I'll pick this one too. So, one viewer. How about a chat? Let's chat. Ask me questions. Okay. That one's okay. And it looks like it's just these outside ones, mainly. It's because it gets a good morning sunlight, so maybe it's the morning heat. Yeah, those look good. So, all right, got that done. Clean them up and put them on the grill. Hey, what about this one? Yeah, that one's about half of it's ruined. So, to give these other ones a chance to grow, I'll pick that one too. It's there. 2 viewers. Wow, let's chat. Okay, ask me questions about the garden. Here's a nightshade plant I left. The groundhog trimmed it like a couple weeks ago and it's come back. And I got a volunteer tomato here with some odd looking tomatoes on it. The birds probably brought that in from some other garden. And the most of this soil's from over here in the neighbor's yard, so it was probably birds bringing the seed in and dropping it there. Next here is what is this? It's my 4th planting of sweet corn, and it's pollinating now. I hand pollinated some of I did it to all the silks, make sure it gets pollinated, and it's doing rather decent. It's funny, some of these end ones on both ends of the rows are a little slow with the silks. It's probably because they're getting more sun and they're stressed a little. And this is, that's a heron, a great blue heron flying. I hope you caught that. 5 viewers, good chats. Titanfall is good, said hi, hello. Cash Money said hi. I hope you have a lot of cash. Ish said hi. Zach Tidwell says hi. Yes, Ish, hell for my souls in Korea. It looks like South Korea, the the best Korea. I'm going to say something slightly political about South Korea. They're uh, they're not making more Koreans. The women have stopped having babies, and it's concerning. And it's not even at half of replacement. It's like let's see, it was point zero seven five replacement. So these Koreans better get busy because we love Koreans. Because in if that continues in 10 generations, the the 10th generation of Kims from North Korea can just walk over the border and it'd be the new wilderness for them to take over. All right, little politics, but we love our Koreans. Um, uh, let's see. Okay, here's this end corn, and this end is silked out last day really good, and there's a few more to come. And there's these little short stalks that got shaded out right over there, and the chances of them making an ear of corn are minimal, but I'll give it a. I'll try my best to get that to work. And here is some volunteer tomatoes I brought in that was growing over here in this corn and peppers. The groundhogs did a number on them. They're kind of coming back, and I just got to keep an eye out for the ground. I've caught that groundhog in the act several times recently, and without any damage. And but I think I put a stick in front of his hole and he moved the stick yesterday, so he might be over here real close. And here are some, I got 4 cabbages left. I had 7. One, the groundhog clipped the top off and it probably is not coming back. And 2 of them just died. Been very hot. There's diseases. It's not a cabbage time of the year, but if I can get these to go and grow normally. Ooh, I think I just saw a lizard. One of those, I think they're a purple-tailed skink of some sort. And I might have got that on camera, but I don't know. Yeah, I think he's dead. I need to weed it a little. All right, we're done with this, the raised flower bed. I always say flower bed, garden bed that I built last spring. And I was happy about it until the groundhogs started working on things, and they can do a lot of damage. And on the fence there is, hey, I see a bean. I'm gonna go up and pick a bean. More. Oh, it's nighttime in Korea. Hope it's the best Korea. You can watch in bed. We were in Australia in the spring, and to communicate with people here in the States, we had to time it like at the beginning of their day and the end of our day. And it was because they didn't want to be talking at 3 in the morning about stuff. Okay, 6 viewers, 1 thumbs up, that's great. I'm going to hold on. I'm going to switch to oh, I hope someone most look okay. I hope I'm continuing this live stream. Someone say something in the chat or some other way to communicate, so I see if this is actually recording or streaming. So, well, 2 viewers, that's a good sign. So I switched from Wi-Fi to cellular, but the cellular, I may have turned that off in my pocket or something, and I'm gonna have to fiddle with that later. So 5 viewers, that's great. People are coming back. So like I said, these it's gonna be interesting on the replay what this looks like. Um, all right, feel free to chat. I was talking about these cabbage. These were volunteer cabbage that were in my third corn, and they came from the leaf pile that I threw some. I threshed out some cabbage plants seed, and some of the seeds germinated around the corn when I moved the. It's a complicated story, but I got 4 cabbages that have a chance. All right, and these volunteer tomatoes and the sweet corn in the raised garden bed. That's looking really good. I've been having to water it a lot, so but you gotta save what you plant. And the giant Marconi peppers grew, and I picked some were damaged by the heat or the soil. The soil could be so rich that it'll burn stuff. It happens with peppers anyway a little bit, but it's really a lot of been a lot of damage this year. But also there's been some good peppers. So I'm walking around the house this way to try to keep our signal. So around the front yard, and I'll put these vegetables at the front door, and then, hey Blackie, hey, what's up? Why don't you keep them possums away? I think there was a possum that got into the cantaloupe last night, and I had to trim them up, and the train comes. So I'll just walk along the front flower bed, and I put these marigolds in. They were always a train. I transplanted marigolds from the garden that were a volunteer, and I got them in the ground. I have to water them every day because it hasn't been raining. Here's a bunch of other flowers. And here's a tomato growing in the flower pot, and just flowers. And there's a blackberry plant that I rescued from the neighbors after they were evicted. So here we go to the other garden. Got 4 viewers. Let's get some more. Now I'm gonna have to change my order of things. Maybe I'll do this first. Going to now this driveway. It rained last night pretty hard for a short period. Got 1/3 of an inch, and all that water came down and watered parts of the garden a little bit. So I won't have to hand water it as much the next few days. And here's an experiment with bok choy and Napa cabbage, and because we're doing some hot pot, and I'd like to show them that I can grow this stuff so they won't have to go to the store and buy their veggies for that operation. It's a nice looking bok choy. And I watched someone's video, and they said that you kind of have to keep them a bit shaded or they'll bolt. They'll just go to seed. So hopefully that'll make a bok choy, just a bunch of leaves. It's in the cabbage family, and it kind of makes a bunch of leaves with some stems. And 14 views, that's great. Need some more chats. Okay, and here's a volunteer cabbage. It's growing a little bit. Boy, it was really in rough shape. It was right along a corn stalk, and I rescued it, and it's starting to grow again. And I'll put this out in the garden. Now, my plan is these two are going to stay in these big pots and grow. And then I'll, whenever I get a chance, they're probably ready to be transplanted. I'll transplant them in places where there's some shade. Let's see how many plants. I think I got 3 of each. That's going to be interesting. That's going to be. I might do 3, but 3 of each in a different spots, but of different plants. If that makes any sense. 7 viewers. Okay. And here's some pop tomatoes. Here's some ripe ones. That's a nice big ripe one there. And there are also some nightshade berry plants that this nightshade came up in pot in the spring. And I said, well, I got a viewer. I came down here. I'm on Wi-Fi now because my cellular, I did something, turned it off, and I have to investigate what I did. Hopefully this Wi-Fi holds out. And I know the video quality is kind of crappy, but I'm going to just go through this and try to get this stream done, try to get some chats, some viewers. And here's these tomato cages I made with steel posts and whatever I can wrap in there. This isn't, whoops. I was washing our air conditioner out and I had this hose that gets long when the water's turned on. It popped off and broke, but I'm using it as to tie up stuff. So don't throw away broken stuff. You can use it for, especially in the garden. Here's a little grasshopper. Up, waiting for that robin. He flew off. That's one of those smaller ones we saw in South Dakota a lot. And it's tomato picking time again. And I'll probably do a video. Yeah, here's this squash. It's climbing the tomato and I'm gonna have to evict it. It's got a bud on it. It might grow a fruit but look at this cherry tomatoes. I don't know where they came from. And they got him with that gob of tomatoes I brought over that were volunteer. Here's some big tomatoes. Some nice tomatoes. More tomatoes. That one looks okay. Okay, 9 viewers, great. Let's have some chats. A spicy chat too. Something controversial would be that would be okay. I don't care. All right. I didn't see Megan S. said hi. I don't know when that was put up. So 4 viewers. Here's another tomato cage. And over here is my third planting of corn. I chopped it. It's that black cat again. You better chase the varmints. All right, what a distraction. Yes, I pan cut. I take the kitchen scissors and I cut the stalk off and chop it in bits to give the garden more sunlight, because these beefsteak tomatoes have been shaded from both sides. Oh my gosh, what happened here? Oh, is that a fall over? That is, what happened? I'm gonna go on the other side. I'm gonna probably have a little job to do when I'm done. I think that just needs an extension. And I got some zip ties. Yeah, I need to get a stick over here and retie that up. The stake, it just collapsed a little. Yeah, there's always something to do. All these, this one needs to be reset. The tomatoes are getting heavy. It's a good thing that the tomatoes are heavy, but they're collapsing the vines in these. And I'll add an extension to these sticks I have here in the ground. I put them in about 6 inches in the ground and put the dirt around them. But they need extensions on the, like over here, this is what an extension is. You can take a zip ties and you tie another stick and you just add 2, and there you go. All right. I think I wasn't done with this corn. I chopped it up by hand, and I got, see, there's a few more ears. They look like they're good ears too, mainly. And I'm gonna, tomorrow night, I hope there's no critters tonight, because I had a problem last night with something. And on these 2 hills of corn, I cut the leaves and tassels off, and I'm training a tomato to climb it. These are volunteer tomatoes that grew right in the hill, and I think this one's got a little tomato on it. Yeah, right here. There's already a little area. Now it's less shady. These tomatoes should really thrive into the fall, and I'll get, this is being an interesting tomato trellis. There's 3 stalks of corn for support, and they'll hold up for a month or so. It's an idea and an experiment that may work fabulously. Okay, I get out of this corn mess. These are nice tomatoes on another volunteer. I think this one grew. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this one started growing right here, and I left it, and I put stake. I think that's a single post. I was running out of posts. That's kind of coming back to life. Okay. And you can see where the water ran down this row from the driveway. I'm going to kind of investigate how far that went. I can see water was there. And here's this tomato got in the way. Ooh, great. Birds. I'm going to take this tomato. I'm going to put it in my pocket. I'm going to salvage that one. I never had birds do much tomato damage. They're eating the nightshade, so they're getting a taste of stuff. I might pick them tonight. And here's a tomato on the ground. It's probably on the ground because it collapsed. Oh, that's what happened. I'm going to redo that. Actually, my extension collapsed, and I got some real long zip ties, and that can be fixed in 2 or 3 minutes. And all right, and here is one of my cabbage rows, and